Hi, this is Shadi, and today we're discussing a type of judo that is beautiful yet strong, dominant yet elegant and aesthetic. We are talking about Georgian Judo. Georgian Judo is very much known and feared and admired in the world stage of judo. It has, very similar to Mongolian Judo, wrestling foundation of the nation's country, the Chidaoba Wrestling. It is a type of jacket wrestling, and as Avdantili Tchrikishvili said, that with the ban of the leg grabs in judo has become 90% Georgian wrestling. And they also talked about the use of strength because they are a strong people, and couple that with technique, you will create something very amazing and also something to be feared but also admired. And you know, it is a type of jacket wrestling, as I've said, but as you can see here, there's no sleeves, which will explain the collar and around the waist grip and deep down the back grips, or what you call Georgian grip or Russian grip, and also the use of makikomi because there's no sleeve, so you can simply wrap the arm and go for the takedown and for the win. But we cannot talk about Georgian Judo without the elephant in the room, the Ura Nage. Now, the Ura Nage is, well, Japanese. It is not something that made its way from Georgian wrestling. However, the technique, there's so much detailing that differs from the Georgian Ura Nage and the Japanese Ura Nage. The Japanese Ura Nage, you get a closer and close range gripping, and you squat down and you sacrifice yourself backwards. As you can see here, there are tons of examples like Koga and Ono doing this type of Ura Nage. However, the Georgian Ura Nage, it is completely different. There is a pickup, there is strength, there is technique as well, which creates something breathtakingly strong and yet beautiful. With the help of fighting films, I will show you Tchrikishvili's Ura Nage. So, Tchrikishvili's Ura Nage, it goes deep around the back with the grip, also aligns the legs, kick, lifts up, and then arches back and looks back where he is landing, and also twists around his own waist in order to land dominantly in newaza. This is why it is different. You can see the use of the legs, which is absent in the Japanese Ura Nage. Let's see it here. So he goes around the back when he is countering, for example. He bends the knee to hook the leg, really squats down to have a lower center of gravity, arches his back but also lifts with the leg, continues to rotate to land dominantly in newaza, something which is very nice and very Georgian-like. So here you can see him against Goki Maruyama, the brother of Joshiro Maruyama. So here he went for a makikomi. He lands, like I said, dominantly in newaza, but he got an ippon, so there's no need to continue. Let's see it again. So here goes for the makikomi, lifts with the leg, arches, rotates and lands dominantly. Here against Mostopoulos, same thing, aligns the legs, squats down, lifts with the arms too. You can't see it because he's gripping the gi, but also there is the use of the arm strength as well in order to arch back. So there's back, legs and arms all working together to create this strong yet beautiful Ura Nage. There's also the front Ura Nage, the Cabarelli or the Georgian pickup. It is the same mechanics, but yet he's doing it from belly to belly position, stabs in like in Oikomi Uchimata, grabs around the waist, lifts up and then rotates the hips and looking where the throw is going, and you can see like a jump with the supporting leg in order to lift them up and also get them down, and goes for clear ippon. Let's see a competition example, someone who's trying to take a deep hand around the back. You can take that momentum, lift up, rotate and do like a little hop with the supporting leg and get the ippon. So it's also performed by Mongolians. I should have mentioned it in Mongolian Judo, but nonetheless, there is when explaining the mechanics of the Ura Nage, you have to talk about it. There's also this twist of the hips, which turns it into a regular Uchimata, which is something I have never thought of, which is pretty cool. So here you can see someone's trying to take a deep grab around the back, so you wrap the waist and you continue turning, and it turns into like a koshiwaza type of uchimata, where you load on the hips, you rotate fully, you load on the hips, and then reap the inner thigh, kind of like the Yoshida uchimata, where she does like lift with the hips and then go for an ippon, which is a very cool variation. I never thought about it. You lift here, Georgian pickup, but turns into a classic uchimata. And there's also other example of uchimata with the Ura Nage. You have the standard Ura Nage, where you turn around the back as if you're throwing with Ura Nage, but they turn towards you. This is where you turn it into a uchimata, underhooking the with your left hand. As you can see here, he turns, lift with the hips, and also continues with uchimata, underhooking the arm. Stuff that you don't even like think about. I never thought of this combination, the Ura Nage and uchimata. You can think of classical combinations like ochigari uchimata, or you stab with uchimata and then continue with kochigari, or for example osotogari and harai goshi. Here, let's see it. So why he does it. So here he goes for regular Ura Nage against a deep grip, but he turns towards him, and then which made him turn it into an uchimata. So the opponent turns towards him in order to try to land on him, kind of like a Ura Nage geishi if you want. Let's see it here. He aligns the legs, lifts with the legs, but the opponent turns towards him to avoid the Ura Nage and tries to get a counter, but he turns it into a regular uchimata, which is, in my opinion, unheard of and just pure genius. Strength, technique, positioning, timing. Georgian Judo has it all, and it is so amazing. And speaking of the uchimata, there's also Varlam Liparteliani on the fighting films giving his own uchimata. He talks about paying homage to Japan. There's sleeve and lapel. It's not just Georgian grips around the waist or deep around the back. They also mastered the sleeve and the lapel in judo because they pay homage to Japan. Varlam Liparteliani said that he was watching when he was younger the Inoue DVD of the uchimata, and hence decided that his tokuwaza would be the uchimata, and he does it. There's a bit of difference, but nonetheless it is sleeve and lapel uchimata, which is very nice. It pays homage to the roots, but also adds their Georgian taste to it. It doesn't make it a new martial art, if you know what I mean, but it just makes it a judo with a beautiful Georgian flavor or a Georgian breath to a Japanese judo, which is something that is, like I said, amazing, and also hence why Georgian judo is just brilliant. You have everything that can make you into a brilliant fighter. You have technique, you have timing, you have speed, you have also strength. The use of strength coupled with technique, you'll create something amazing, in my opinion. Russian judo is a bit similar, but Georgians with their wrestling, the Chidaoba, makes it very apparent and also very elegant and just amazing to watch. So Georgian judo, in short, they use the makikomi, very similar to their wrestling because there's no sleeves, so wrapping the arm is their option, and it is translated to judo. It's not just unique to Japan or Japanese judo. And there's also the Ura Nage, where you place yourself low, lift with the hips, the legs, and arching your back, different to than just squatting down and arching backwards, sacrificing yourself like Japanese Ura Nage. So this is why their Ura Nage is so special, and you can see it winning gold again and again, time after time. That's what makes Georgian Judo so special, in my opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this little brief, video or analysis of Georgian Judo and Georgian technique coupled with their wrestling. If you have anything else to add, let me know down below. This was Shadi, and as always, thank you for listening.